Hello and welcome. My name is Melissa and I'm so glad that you're here today. This is one of my favorite videos that I do. I am just a person who loves goals and plans and a checklist. And so every month my husband and I set goals together for just our month, and we take it 1 month at a time because that's manageable and it doesn't get overwhelming. And also, we always need a little like reset, because we don't always meet all of our goals, and so it's not like the whole year is wasted. It's just a month, so 1 month at a time. So yes, and I realize I'm getting this out late. I have a good reason though. Okay, if you watched my last vlog, I won't tell the whole story again, but toward the end of January, my husband and I, we were in Florida, and then on the way home, actually, my husband started feeling sick, and when we got back, it ended up it was appendicitis, and he needed his appendix removed. So that was kind of a whirlwind, and then I feel like we kind of lost like a week of our life. Like, not really, but it was just a blur because it was just him sleeping and me taking care of him and just being exhausted myself, So February kind of snuck up on us. So I feel a little bit like I'm a week behind, but that's okay. I'm ready for it now. And also, if you're curious, he is recovering just fine, like no complications at all, knock on wood. So we will hopefully keep that going. But today I wanted to look at January goals and kind of just reflect and see how I did, even though, like I said, the end of the month kind of took a turn. And then we'll talk about my goals for February. And then at the end of this video, I'm actually going to share the last 2 books that I read and just kind of give a little like plug for those, because I used to do those as like a whole separate video. But I think now I just want to bring it in like every month. I'll just tell you at the end so that if you're not interested, you can just like peace out. But if you want to know like the books that I've been reading, stick around. Okay, here we go. In fact, maybe I'll put this over here. We're going to look back at January and just kind of see how it was. Now I'm going to, I feel like when we think of like goals, it doesn't have to be like pass fail or like 100% or nothing. It can be like, did I go in that direction? And that's kind of like how I think about it. So that's how I'm going to answer these, especially considering that whole last week that was just kind of like a blur. So, walk daily. Okay, I can't even say that I tried. I am going to give myself a no for walk daily. I don't know what happened. I know like to start the month, actually, Chris was sick. Then I got sick. Then we had like a little week in there that was just normal, and then everything else happened. So I don't know. I did not walk daily. Maybe I probably walked a few times, but no. Okay, my running plan, yes, 100%. That's why Chris and I were in Florida. I was running a half marathon. Well, he did too. It was my first. And so I definitely, I didn't really have a choice. I had to do my running plan because ready or not, I had to run. So yes. And 3 workouts per week. Yes, I did. I really enjoy working out. I'm actually very glad I'm done running. We'll talk about that in February's, but I did that. That was good. Now sauna 2 times a week. I did not. In fact, we can move on to the next one too. The red light 3 times a week. I did not. I did these when I was like sick, but then Chris needed it when he was sick. And then, I don't know, I just didn't quite have a good rhythm. And I don't know, those were just the ones that I clearly didn't prioritize it enough during the month to actually make an effort. So maybe I shouldn't put that on my list next time. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. Now hydrogen water daily. Yes. And again, this is not like 100% yes or no. So obviously in Florida, I didn't bring that with me. But even just like the habit of waking up and immediately having water, like I can say that's a habit now. And so I'm still like, maybe that should be a goal. But I don't know, because it's like a habit now. I just I don't even have to think about it. I just do it, which is like, that's the best thing when you don't even have to think about it. And then, okay, dairy-free, gluten-free. I wrote down sugar-free, but really just limited sugar. I'm going to say yes. Again, this is not like 100% everything I ate was that, but I definitely went that direction, and I loved having those guidelines because I've had seasons of my life before, and I surely will again, where I'm actually doing a lot more and I'm monitoring a lot of other things too. It was nice to just narrow it down and keep it simple. So just dairy-free, gluten-free, like no added sugars, and that was really fun. Now we went to like Disney World and we went out to eat, of course, in Florida and things like that. If I could help it, like if it was just easy to order something that was gluten-free, sure. But I probably didn't do all of those, you know, not the whole time. So sorry. Okay, for February. So my January goals, they all kind of fit under this umbrella of being healthy. That was a goal of mine for January. I needed that goal after like all the eating I did in December for Christmas and all that kind of stuff. So that was good. For February, I know that I need my umbrella goal to be, what did I call it? Thriving through winter. Not surviving, not getting through it, not hating it the whole time, not falling into like the seasonal depression. I need to fight against that because I've just been feeling like in a funk, and I don't know, I need to snap out of it. So these goals all sort of support that. Like I want to like embrace this season because I really do love seasons. I think we're created to go through seasons. Even like you work when you're at work, but then you have the weekend to have the time off. Like I love that rhythm of work and rest. And then I love, you know, like we can have energy during the day and then we sleep hard at night. Like we have these rhythms, and I want to lean into that with the season too. Like I want winter. It doesn't have to be summer. Like I don't have to force summer energy and summer activities and summer fun into winter. It can be different and it can be its own thing, and there's value there. There's value in rest and like quiet and maybe more stillness. So I want to lean into that. That's kind of my umbrella that I'm thinking of for these goals. Okay, so the first one, I mean, like we just talked about, it was just good for me to have gluten, dairy, sugar-free as my kind of guidelines. I think if this wasn't my goal, I could easily go off the rails. So I'm going to keep it. I'm not adding to it yet. I'm not going to step it up a notch because I'm not ready for that yet. But this is a good one for right now. Okay, fasting. You can do your own research, but I just know for me, it's good for me to do a little bit of fasting and just to be, what do they call it? Metabolically flexible, like where I don't feel the need to eat 100% of the time and like crave those carbs. And, you know, my body needs to learn like, you're okay. You will be fed. Relax. So 5 days a week, I want to do a 12-hour fast. And then 2 days a week, I can stretch it a little bit more to like 13 or 14 hours. And then Pilates workouts. I don't have to run anymore, and I'm going to enjoy that. I love Pilates. It's just like easy on your joints, easy on your cortisol. It's great. It's good for the core, which is really what I want right now to work on. So that is going to be 4 to 5 times a week. This one looks funny if you read it. We said get out of the house once a week. This is a goal that Chris and I wrote together. You know, it's winter, but we can't just stay locked in the house, or else that creates more of that depression feeling. So even if it's like we get out, and on the weekends we get out, this is like a weeknight, we need to get out, even if it's just like to walk around the grocery store or like go pick something up or run some errand that we could do on the weekend, but we need to do it just to get us out of the house. That's what we want to do. Same with this one, game or a puzzle once a week. It's like, in the winter, we cannot spend all of our time just sitting in front of the TV. We don't want to do that. So we're going to fight against that by doing great other things that we love, like playing a game together or sitting and working on a puzzle. Those are things that we really enjoy. And now's a good time to do that in the winter. So we're going to do that. Also, reading. Okay, I love reading. That's always going to be a part of my life. And I got to say, during like December into January, I think I was like I was stressed for sure, and just my own stuff. I don't know. I barely read, and I can tell that I'm doing that because I'm like ignoring problems, or like I'm just not dealing with stuff, so I just like scroll on my phone instead, and I don't want to do that. If I want to sit down and relax and read, that's so filling my cup, whereas scrolling on my phone is just like draining me, you know? So I need to do less of that and more of reading. So read in bed at 8:30. That's my goal. Okay, I proposed this idea to Chris because most of the time we go to bed at 9. And if that's crazy to you, let me just say also, we do wake up at like 4:45 in the morning. So we go to bed at like 9. And that's like in bed, maybe we read or scroll, but I don't want to do that anymore. So I said, what if winter, you know, like this is our version of like hibernation season, okay? What if we got in bed to read at 8:30? And I have loved it. I've done it like a week so far. Love it, okay? I'm really excited about this. And then this one says air out the house daily. I read something, and I forget what country it is now, but they like open their windows every day no matter what season it is. And I love that idea, and I think it's so good for our house and like the energy and just the air, you know? Open those windows, open the blinds, even like let the air come in. And I've been doing that once a day at least, every day, and I really, really like that too. So that's kind of these are my goals, all sort of focused on that, like, let's enjoy winter and not just fight against it, you know? I don't need to force it to be another summer. Summer will come and I will love it, okay? But right now it's winter. So, usually at the end of these videos, I give like just kind of some favorites that I have, like what am I currently eating or watching or reading or whatever. I decided that I'm going to share the things that are helping me embrace winter. So these are kind of my favorites, but they all have like a theme to it, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm sorry if the camera angle changed. I was like sitting on my feet and they were like going numb, so we had to adjust. So, okay, the first thing is something that Chris got for me. I think it was last Valentine's Day actually. So I think I've had it for a year? Maybe I've had it for 2. I don't know. Anyway, not that you guys don't care, so I will move on. It's like this little folding chair for the floor because I love to sit next to the fireplace in the winter. Okay, I sit as close as I possibly can, and I used to kind of like rest my back against the stone around the fireplace, and that wasn't very comfortable. I'd put pillows down there, but then like one side of my body was getting really hot and not the other. And so anyway, with this chair, I get so close, and then the dogs love it. They love for me to be down on the floor, but you know, it's more comfortable than sitting on the floor. And I just sit there every morning. That's where I drink my coffee. I read my Bible. I'll sit there and fill out my planner. I will sit there and read. It's the best. So this chair, I mean, really the fireplace is probably the thing that I love, but the chair helps me to love the fireplace. The other thing is a heating pad with specifically one that has like the automatic turn off, because then sometimes at night, you know, like getting into cold sheets, how terrible that is. So we call it preheating the bed, where sometimes we'll go and put the heating pad in between the sheets and like turn it on before we climb into bed. And I say we, but that's silly. Chris, he would like it to be an Arctic like freezer in our bedroom at night. I am the one who gets cold. So my side of the bed gets the heating pad and it just like warms it up, and then it's not so painful, you know, to climb in. Oh, it's so nice. It's kind of nice and cozy, okay? It's fun. Okay, the other thing, I brought it, is the lip mask, because this girl has been so dry. My lips, I mean, I've had like scar. I think only once this winter did I actually pick and start to bleed. Usually it's more. So this is saving my life at night. And I do use the little like spatula thing that comes with it, if you can see, to like apply it. So I don't know. I love it. I know you've probably seen this everywhere. I've seen everyone talking about it, but it is good, and it is saving my life right now with the dry skin and dry lips. Okay, the next one is hot coffee in a favorite mug. And I brought in, to show you, my little chip mug. Isn't he so cute? It's like an actual mug. I will say, this is like a good one for like 8 ounces of coffee, not much more than that. He starts to spill a little. So anyway, but a favorite mug and hot coffee, because I'm an iced coffee girly, but I have really learned to love a warm, I mean, it doesn't have to be coffee. It could be like warm tea, warm water with lemon and honey or something. Like, I don't know, something just warm and cozy. I love that. I do that every morning. And then I wrote down movies. I'm not saying just like movies are fun. I'm saying like if Chris and I are going to be at home and if it's already dark outside and we don't want to leave the house and we are just like wanting to just lay on the couch, it is winter and it's like, okay, we don't maybe have to fight against that the whole time. But instead of watching just like a bunch of episodes of our show, we can actually watch a movie. Like, we always are the people who like, it'll take us 3 nights to watch one movie because we keep falling asleep or something. So I just thought this could be a cool season where we actually watch movies because we have the time, because we don't want to go outside and we're tired and, you know, so watching more movies and specifically DVDs. I'm like a big fan of less streaming or just less internet, specifically commercials. That's, I guess, my thing. When it comes down to it, I just want less ads in my life. So if we can watch DVDs and we can like get them, we just checked out a few from the library. And if we can do that, that's kind of more fun than having commercials. But anyway, and then the last thing I've done lately that has really saved my life, because I have been like in a weird funk and I think I'm just tired and it's the winter and yeah, I don't know. I really am trying to figure out what's going on with me. But also I realized I am always in such a good mood if I have music that I can like sing and dance around to. I'm like a new person if I can just blast my music, sing along, dance with the dogs, and then I'm like ready to take on the world. So I'm trying to lean into that. So right now I'm actually pausing all of my like podcasts that I listen to and I'm just doing music. And then I don't know about you guys, but I sometimes have a hard time knowing like what music to listen to. I don't know, I get in the car and I'm like, no, skip, you know, like I try to, I don't know, it's like I can't tell you what I want to listen to. I just know I want something different, or I'm like, that's not the right energy or whatever. So there's an app called Tiny Decisions, and so I put in this one, all different kinds of music that I want to listen to. And so then every day I spin the wheel and then it just tells me what to listen to. And then sometimes if I don't like the first one, I'll spin again. So yesterday was Taylor Swift, actually. Today was Disney soundtracks. So I actually just pulled in the house and it was playing Tarzan soundtrack. So here, I'll go ahead and spin it and we'll see what tomorrow is. I cannot read it. Oh, Hilary Duff! That's perfect because I think she has new music out that I haven't even listened to yet. So there we go. Hilary Duff for tomorrow. And then, yeah, if I end up not liking it, I just spin again. I don't know why that's like bringing me so much life right now, but it is. So there you go. Oh, hello. It's time for the last couple books. Don't worry, there's only 2 books that I have read so far from the last time. I did one like end of December, early January. I did my books. So since then, I've only read 2 books. The good news is they're both 5-star books. Man, I'm on Goodreads right now. That's what I use to track mine, and I cannot find. There we go. Okay. The first one is called I keep scooching. Morning Star by Pierce Brown. Now this is book 3 of the Red Rising saga, so I'm not going to tell you like too much about what it is because I don't want to ruin the other books, but I gave it 5 stars. It is definitely science fiction, fantasy, young adult, dystopia. It also says space opera, which is funny, but yeah, it's like humans have advanced. Now we live on pretty much all the planets and all of their moons, and there's an uprising rebellion, you know, government overthrow kind of thing going on. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to read the next one. I thought it was just a trilogy and it kind of felt like the story ended. So I'm curious if the next one is like, I don't know. I'm kind of curious if the next one will be good or if it'll be like, they should have just ended. Because right now, it's pretty good ending. So I don't know. Okay, and then the next one I'm really excited about. Also 5 stars. Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I loved this one. And then now Chris and I are going to watch the movie. And so you'll have to stick around. I'll tell you when I actually watch the movie and what I think. This one, what are the words that they say? Science fiction, young adult, dystopia, kind of same thing, but it's on Earth. But it is like futuristic. It's very much like a virtual reality has been created. Like everyone kind of lives in this virtual reality. And the creator of that world, I like had an obsession with the 80s because that's how he grew up. So he threw in like so many references to 80s games or like just early video games, 80s movies, 80s TV shows, 80s style. I don't know. So it's very cool because it's like futuristic technology, but 80s references. And I loved that mashup. That was very, very fun. And basically the creator, when he dies, he leaves his inheritance to the person, like he leaves a scavenger hunt in this virtual reality world, and whoever finds it gets his inheritance. And so that's the premise. And I'll just leave it at that. But very, very good book. I loved it. And there is a second one, so I will be reading that one at some point as well. Okay. We did it. Better late than never. We said goodbye to January and welcomed February. And before we know it, I'll be here doing it again for March. But anyway, thank you for coming along. If you have a way to not just get through winter, but to really like try to embrace it and enjoy what winter brings, please let me know in the comments below. I need some help. I need to get out of this little funk that I'm in and just enjoy the rest and enjoy winter. So let me know. If you like just hanging out with a friend while you do laundry or make your dinner or walk on the treadmill, then hit subscribe because that's what I love to do. And that's what this channel is. It's just me hanging out with my friends and chatting. So like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.